Hello, my fellow lumberjacks. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Arctic, episode 41, Slow Motion Chase. With any luck, this fracture's not as bad. I don't think I was, I could be wrong, but I don't think it was that encumbered, and it was only a 2-story fall. So in terms of, like, severity, it should be less severe than some of the other previous ones, which was a 3-story fall and a 2-story fall with heavy encumbrance. But it's also, like, a little random. Only a 2-story fall. You know, I was, I mean, not that I'm healthy right now, but, like, when I'm fit, a 2-story fall is kind of nothing to me. I've done it before. I've, like, jumped out of... I don't know why. But, you know, like, when you're young and dumb, I'd have fun jumping out of the 2nd-story window of my bedroom growing up. Just because I could. I was a weird kid, I guess. But I never hurt myself doing that. And I did that more often than I would like to admit. You did the same? Yeah, it's just kid stuff, right? Kids being kids. Jumping off the high heights for funsies. Bingo! I am level 3. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was like a monkey. I was the type to do stupid things on the in the jungle gyms and that kind of thing. That's the kind of kid I was, and so a 2-story fall, I would not have batted an eye at. And surprisingly, I have still pretty good knees. Back, that's a different matter, but that wasn't from my falling. My back was like a skiing injury that I am still dealing with. Used to climb trees when you were a kid? Me too. I'm actually surprised, like, I never became seriously maimed climbing trees. I unfortunately once was present when someone got pretty maimed. They jumped out of a tree and got impaled on a branch pretty badly. I actually don't know what happened to him. I was at like a camp, and in our free time we were building a little treehouse, and he fell and never returned to the camp. I don't think he died, but I don't have any reason to believe he didn't also die. I have no idea what camp's procedures are about that. I don't think looking back, I don't think he was bleeding enough to have died. But it was a pretty bad bleed. So it was like a deep leg wound. Yeah, looking back in the stuff I climbed, I definitely, too, have the sort of, oh, hell no. Can't believe I did that kind of reaction. Especially going over to one of my childhood friends' houses who had like a... Maybe it was an oak tree? And we would build a tree house in his backyard. But like, the tree was... The first branch of the tree was maybe like 15 feet up, and it only went up from there. It was pretty, in hindsight, stupid. There was almost no way to work on that treehouse that wasn't like one bad fall and you've broken your neck kind of situation. I never fell out of that tree. But I got lucky. Well, now that I have the metalworking up to level 3, I might as well fix the trunk up a bit. Have I fallen out of a tree? Yes, but never that tree. Because I'd probably be a quadriplegic at best, falling out of that tree. Because we were, like 20, 30 feet up. And it wouldn't have been a smooth landing. It would be landing on, like, roots. Not, like, nice mulch or something like that. That would pad your descent. Let's take a few metal sheets. Let's go fix that trunk. I feel like I'm limping pretty fast. I don't know how I would compare in a foot race with other zombies. Or not other zombies, I'm not a zombie, but with zombies. But I don't feel like I'm, like, super slow. Although sleep is disabled, so apparently it's enough pain to not allow me to sleep. I find it strange that I can just, like, repair the trunk with what seems to be my mind from a distance. I'm not near the trunk. I don't even have my mask out. I'm just like, metal sheet, and the trunk gets fixed. Alright, trunk's back up to, I think it was at like 78 kilos. It's up to 121. So it's a lot more carry capacity. And I don't know what to do now. I can continue leveling up metalworking or find a more reliable vehicle, scavenge for spices, head to a point of interest that you guys would designate, work on an alternative entryway, plaster the newly built walls, or enclose the hallway with walls. And I suppose while you vote on that, I am going to cook some food. So I'm out of food. I do have books to read, but only fishing and foraging. So the foraging rate on my server settings is like really, really, really bad. So there's kind of no point in doing that. And fishing is kind of far away. So unless you vote on it, it's not something I would plan on doing. But if you want to propose it for next poll, you're welcome to. I'm not going to stop you. Just not high up on my own personal list. Plastering walls would be aesthetic, yeah. It would be replacing this wood look that we've got here with just plaster and paint. Color. Even the walls were aesthetic. I could have left them as plate glass windows. I just chose not to because it simulates better insulation. I am surprised that my lowest level is tailoring. I don't think I've ever had that happen. First aid is usually my lowest level skill. It just goes to show how many times I've broken myself and lived to tell the tale. Oh, man. Gravity, dude. It's what got you in the end. Alright, alternative entryway. What's funny about that is the entryway I want to build, which is a bit of a spoiler for anyone that knows, I can't really use while limping. But I can design it anyway for when I get better. Build for the future. I'm only eating raw potato. And there's definitely, undoubtedly, a zombie in the garage underneath me. What I can do is I can go down there and race it You know, see how fast it is compared to my, like, limping speed, to know how in danger I would be if I tried to go out and about doing stuff in the less protected area of Louisville. Dang. This stew's filling. 120. Rotators, 0 out of 10, would not recommend. Yeah, I know. I do it anyway. Because I don't have to live with the consequences of eating raw potato. Or drinking pool water. Or broadly gesture at the entire experience that I make Victor endure. Because I don't think he lives a blessed experience. He breaks his legs on the regular. I would not trade places. Let's go have a foot race with that zombie before obtaining more timber for the next project. The other thing I wanted to check is to make sure I still have the wood glue on me, because I don't want to... Yeah, I do, okay. I don't want to get out there and be like, oh, axe broke, got to turn around. Too stubborn to die, but definitely not enjoying the experience. Yeah, if I was... if I had to actually experience, like, let's say, through very, very advanced AI, or not AI, VR, I would not leave things to, am I going to hold the rope or not? It's one thing if it's just a rumble pack on a controller. It's another if it's like wires to your brain to make you think that you broke your leg when you broke your leg. That would be a unique experience. I would probably stop playing first-person shooters. So I'm faster, but, like, not by much. I'm in that, like, I'm constantly in danger, I can barely outrun them speed of things, which makes me think that my fracture is, like, not great. It's not going to stop me from rebuilding, or building an alternate entryway. Now, the question I have for you guys is, should my entryway include a garage door facing southwest? Yes or no? So there's two different entryways I could build, and one could include using the garage as a parking place. Whoa, there's a dude here? Wait, didn't I just hobble by here? Where the hell did he come from? For real? How is he here? Because he didn't fall from the roof, because the roof is secured. So he couldn't have been on the roof. I'm really confused. He, like, came out of nowhere. Seriously, he really came out of nowhere. Oh, Krabs, I like your joke. He had scissors, he just clipped in. He clipped in with cutting-edge technology. Shearing the... Shearing... Never mind, I don't know where I'm going with that. Shearing the edge of reality. I don't know. But that zombie was not there when I waltzed by at my brisk pace of 1 mile an hour, and then just appeared when I came back. Can branches be broken down to something useful? Well, I mean, they're fuel, but you can also turn them into spears if you have a cutting edge. Twigs, on the other hand, is just fuel. But yeah, tree branches are definitely useful if you're trying to make spears. One of the ways to level up carpentry efficiently is to turn like all your wood into planks and all your planks into spears, because it's like a process tree, right? You know, like continually reusing reagents and then using those spears as weapons. That's honestly a pretty decent way of leveling up your carpentry and like having weapons to boot. I don't know if it's meta though. I haven't checked, but I do know that it's like pretty efficient. So you got logs to planks, logs and tree branches to planks and spears. Oh, hello. This is going to be a rough fight. Oh, no, never mind. That was going to be worse, given that I'm tired and drowsy. Or exerted and drowsy. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm in danger now. I can't even take pills at my speed. I might just hop into the van and leave. Because, as you can see, I'm, like, really not outrunning them. But given that this lady is going to hit the window, I'm going to hop into the passenger seat. Because I'd rather have her damage the passenger door than the driver door. Bye, losers! And honestly, how is there always zombies in this park? Like, without fail, I'm never left. I come here like every other day, and without fail, it's never empty. It always has some biter trying to bite me. And this time around, it looks like they also trashed 2 of my traps, and I caught nothing in the other ones. So, yippee, that sucks. Maybe I'll try to get, these trees or something. Although, given my injury, my ability to climb this fence is probably ruined. But I'll do it anyway. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, I could have tried to hop the fence, because when you do the fence hop animation, you go like full speed. So you can put, I mean, it's a little cheesy, but you can put some distance between you and your pursuers by fence hopping, which is just so weird. So weird. But yeah, technically that's true. Because right as I jump, I can like sprint for a second. Kind of reminds me of actors that like forget that they're injured in movies, and they will like break a leg, and then in the next scene they'll like forget that they're hurt and jump or sprint, or like they'll forget that they're shot or stabbed, and they'll go in for a hug. It's like, yeah, I don't think you'd be hugging if you had like a bullet hole in your chest. You'd probably be like, back off of me, I've got a hole in my chest. But you know, they forget or something. I'm not an actor, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I just know that it always bothers me when it's like, dude, you got like a mortal wound, you gaping wound in your torso. I don't think you'd be like hugging it out with, you know, oh, thank God we survived. No thanks. Unless you got a suture kit, leave me alone. Hey, JFed, thanks for the resub. Maybe set up some traps in another location? There's not a lot of parks around me that I could set them up at, though. Like, realistically, this is like a big old park, but there's not a lot. Well, let me make sure that's not a lie. There is a park out this way. There's some parks here. How do I develop parks? I'll just blue circle. So there's some parks out that way, but they're not any closer. They're actually further from my current location and in directions that are even more congested, full of zombies. So I could, but it would require me to kill probably even more zombies regularly than the spot I have picked. Oh, you were referring to the animation of zombies hopping fences? Yeah. My 2 cents about that is, like, it's a double-edged sword. Because sometimes you can hit them while they hop and stagger them, and it makes it easier to kill them. And then sometimes they hop the fence and then very quickly go for the shin lunge. And then if they get that shin lunge, they knock you down. And if you have a broken leg, it takes you longer to get back up from being downed. So it's a very double-edged sword. Big risk, big reward. And usually one I avoid. Because if you screw it up, you end up dead. But anything with high fences is fine. The other problem with high fences is if you're encumbered or tired or hurt, it's harder to climb high fences. So there's a fail chance, and if you fail, you're dead. Because if they're right on your tail and you can't climb, you fail the climb animation, you die. So I also avoid that as well if I can. Right? No need to be risky when your life's on the line. Like, I think even when you're healthy and not encumbered, betting that you will successfully climb the fence first try when there's a bunch of zombies on your tail is, like, still a gamble in the best case scenario. So, worst case scenario, like, count me out. Because that just sounds like a recipe for death. So tomorrow I will, use the wood that I got to build a garage door for the car so they can park the car in the garage, and then also to start work on a new entryway. Sounds good. 84 hours on the stove, so I'm good there. You know, it's a bit too early to go to sleep. Weights at 80 and dropping. Kills at almost 1,500. Survive time at 2 months, 7 days, 13 hours. It is September the 20th. One thing I haven't checked up on is external temperature, if it's getting significantly colder as we're heading towards winter. But it's still just autumn. It's not expected to be record-breaking. The urge. It's almost time to eat the butter soup again. Nah, my weight's not that bad. It is tempting, though. Victor can't resist the allure of butter soup. I could knock out the walls of the garage downstairs and make a garage in a garage. It's sort of what I was planning. Sort of. What I'm planning to do is to seal up the garage downstairs. And to build a double wide door down there. So I should bring 4 hinges, 2 knobs, and at least 12 planks, but I'm not going to be able to carry all that. If I do use the garage downstairs, or underneath me or whatever, as a parking spot, I want it to be, like, safe, you know? So I'm going to want, like, a double wide door frame and all that. I'll put it here. Seems a good place. Anyone in here? We're empty for once. So I'm planning on the broken entryway into the garage that used to exist but got destroyed, turning that into a garage door as well, so that I've got some security. Because I don't want to make it easy to have zombies in there if I'm expecting it to be mostly empty. So that means putting a wall, or at least putting doors back where they were, so that it's enclosed and zombies would have to break in, and then putting a garage door here where there used to be one. Neat. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 wide? So I'll make a 4 wide hole on the other spot too. Oddly, I can just like... Really? The game doesn't care if I do that? Okay. I'll just build a wall over the door frame. I don't care. As long as the game doesn't stop me. So then I'm going to need 12 more planks for the 4 more doors, or 3 more doors rather, and then 6 hinges and 3 doorknobs to turn those into doors. Plus the 1 for the door frame too. So that's 1. So 14 in total, I think. There's 14. I don't have enough hinges. So I'm going to need to go grab some door hinges. I also feel like I'm limping faster, but maybe that's just my imagination. Yeah, there could be some hinges at the broken doors that I'm trying to replace. True. I'll be checking that. God, that looks so weird. I also need to be careful because this section of the tower... Oh, there we go. There's the hinges I needed. This section of the tower isn't exactly secured. I'm just walling it off so I don't have to deal with zombies wandering in without them going through the effort of breaking it down. Okay. All that's left is the main gate, and I need one more hinge for that. I probably can find hinges in the apartment complexes upstairs. So I'll drop the 3 hinges and 2 doorknobs here for me to use later, and I'll go fishing around upstairs for some extra hinges. Record size for base garage? Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can do to, like, make it more secure, right? So the size isn't really its vulnerability anyway. Because it's, because most of the entry points, all the walls are vanilla walls, you know, that are invulnerable to zombies. So might as well just go big. And y'all know that no matter how big I make it, I'm still going to manage to hit the, like, 2 support columns that are down there. With the car. I know I'm going to hit them. Nothing bad happens. Nothing ever bad happens when I go upstairs. True, yeah. My success rate for surviving unscathed from going upstairs is, like, almost not 100%. Especially now that I'm on, like, what, 4 stories up? What could go wrong? Not only 4 stories up, but then there's, like, holes that lead to multi-story death-defying drops. Pretty regularly included all over the apartments up here. So again, I reiterate, what could go wrong? You know what? I want a washer-dryer combo. Oh, I don't have electrical 3. I'll leave that there for future me, if future me is alive, to bring that down. While I'm up here, I figured I'd just get some planks too, because eventually the project, the gate and the other alternative entryway is going to require wood. And the last time I went out to go cut some wood, I was met with extreme prejudice and little butter zombies that were trying to stop me, so I'll get the easy to grab wood. Seems good to me. This mirror and drawer combo, I find hilarious. They're like, oh, do we want to spend the time to, like, make art assets for, like, a double high drawer? No? Okay, then just stack them. No one will notice. I noticed. It looks ridiculous. I figured while I'm up here, I might as well get whatever experience there is to get, because I have all the necessary books read. So, carpentry, metalworking, whatever. Here's my skill overlay, if you're wondering. And I am full up. Oh man, I am so full, I can't even move a bowl of stew from my backpack to my inventory to eat. I'm suffering from encumbrance starvation. So who wants to bet I climbed down the wrong rope and yeet myself to my impending doom? If I could just only right-click climb, I would. Hey, I did it right. But the game doesn't allow you to right-click climb. I can remove the rope. That doesn't really help me. I'm definitely limping faster though, right? Is it my imagination or am I really booking it? Well, booking it in terms of like booking it at my speed, which is slow. But I feel like I'm going faster. I needed only, what, one hinge? Let's put the others away. Oh, I have a lot more hinges. Right, buddy? I knew that was coming. I also have this gray lamp. Not sure what I was going to do with it. I just put it down here. I'm going to have to pay for the gas for it, but whatever. Eventually I'll use it. I'll put it on, like, the balconies or something. Keep something illuminated. I think the carrots are harvestable. I'll do those a little later. Your answer is you think he's used to limping now and he's just faster at it? I don't know if you ever get good at limping, but I like your explanation, so we'll stick with it. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Arctic, which originally streamed live on Twitch May 25th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow zombie slayers.